have you seen more openness to obviously the next level in terms of with the array of tools that are available? So the likes of, the more modern approaches to presentation. Have you seen more openness to the likes of drones, virtual walkthroughs, videos, different types of presentation?
Yeah, well, look, at the moment, because we're talking, it's a particular time now we live in. I mean, when people will look at this interview in 30 years' time,
50
50 years' time. This is the time of the pandemic, 2020. So it's very, very particular. So now we see a lot of people inquiring about video more so than obviously photography. It's always a must. You can't market a property without photographs, but video is becoming more popular, especially virtual viewings, which is a product that we have recently launched, and people ask about 3D virtual tours, because obviously they need to show and market a property without essentially being at the property, at least in the early stages of your campaign. For example, is going to be a part of your job going forward, for the next few months, for sure. People are going to try to limit the amount of people they interact with physically for the foreseeable future. So and that's why a lot of people are now asking about videos and 3D and virtual viewing. So there's definitely people are begging for technology now.
Yeah, it's a change.
To help them.
Yeah,
exactly. To help them out of this situation, because everything is done remotely, and open viewings. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna have open viewings again. Not for a while anyway.
Well, I think the current climate has probably forced people to pivot outside of their comfort zone. I think as most of the time people they like things a certain way. So this is the way I've always done it. This is the way we'll continue to do it. Whereas now the current environment has forced you to think outside the box. So if you are going to do a presentation, how am I going to grab your attention? How am I going to get a minute and a half of your time that whether you're a buyer or not, you're trying to create that interest, showcase what it is you have and how you conduct yourself. And that's where a product or a service like you guys, it gives you a chance to also use your personality in terms of trying new things and trying new technologies. But it also, I suppose, adds another bow to your string to your bow, that you're now able to offer photography. You've done drones, which we've used with you guys. And then the fact that you're kind of upping the media game, it's kind of forcing people to really think outside the box and create a better experiential process for people nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many options out there now. I suppose a lot of it comes down to budget as well. Mm-hmm. There are many products out there to market a property, as you know, but ultimately the client then will have to decide where is best to spend their money, and obviously your advice will be crucial to steer them in the right directions, because we don't really have anything to do with sales. Mm-hmm. from your point of view. We just provider of a service. So obviously we want to sell you all our services.
Yeah, but I also think in property, it's no longer open the door and someone buys it or they don't buy it. I think you have to be able to create that differentiating factor. And I think, you can have different brands. Everyone has their unique selling points. But I think by utilizing what you guys do and what all digital companies do, you can essentially, like you said, you could spend €150 or 11.5 grand showcasing something. And the beauty of digital and the beauty of media, whether it be photography, whatever, is that there's such a broad range that if you're clever, you can use it very well. If you have the money and you really want to make a difference on maybe a large project or development, you could do the same. But you guys have the tools at your disposal to be able to offer that. And I think it's great to see that grow in this climate, that people are more open to trying new things that they may not have said yes to before. I think that's a good thing.